My name is Sam, and I come from China. I just graduated from Tokyo University of Art this year in global art practice, and for now I'm working as a freelancer in Tokyo. For this year, the thing I was first come out in my mind is that I wanted the kids to explore something different than what they have from before. So you can see over here we have a lot of different kind of chairs. So we called this project Growing Chairs because we want them to grow their own chairs, to have their own imaginations, and to create something different than what they see before. So we have 4 classes, and in each stage we have different themes. So for the first stage, first we draw chairs that they have in mind immediately when we talk about chairs. And then we have them look at some other references, look at some other pictures of what other people are creating as chairs that are very different than what they see in their daily life. And then they draw their own chairs. And we group as like 3 or 4 people in the group, and we cut down the parts of the chairs that we've made and combine them into a new one. So this was for day first, and it's for them to first understand how to work together and to talk between each other to prepare for their later on projects. On day 2, we start to try to make structures. So I only teach them some basic things. For example, you can turn your milk box into like a round shape, or you can make something 2-dimensional into 3-dimensional parts and put them on your chairs. And this was the second day, but their results actually came out way better than what we teach them. And that was the part that I felt really surprising. They create a lot of different things with cardboard, with newspapers and everything. Yep. And for day 3, we were working on, so there are 2 different kind of ways to make paper-mâché. So one is to cover the paper on a structure, and the second kind is to make paper clay. So for 3rd class, we do the covering part, which we use white glue, water, and brushes to put paper and newspaper over the structures that they've made already. And this part was maybe the hardest part for the kids, I think, because there are a lot of things to look at and to take care of. But I think they did a good job. And the 4th stage is that we made paper-mâché clay. So we need to make the paper wet first, and then we put in flowers and glues and to make mixtures of like paper clay. And I also added some color theories teaching class in this process. So they basically mix their own colors, and some of the kids make really like cool colors, very bright colors. So this was also the part that was out of our expectation. So yeah, and there were we called this project rolling chair because we don't do everything in the classes that we take. Instead, they do it on their free times. We have the chairs in each other's classroom and they can build it during the process. So we choose to have the work in their classroom for two reasons. One is that they could have the feelings that, oh, we picked this chair, so we need to take responsibilities on this chair and we need to grow it up. And the second reason is basically for me, like I feel like art is not something that you do in a class. It's more about daily life. So this year I was trying to make it more like part of their life. So they can think about it after class, not only in the art classes, and they can think about it at home. They can think about it whenever they want it or whenever they have an idea. And I feel like once they have the idea and immediately they apply it to the actual work is a very important part for making art. I would say like maybe when they grow up, like some of the first grade, second grades, they wouldn't remember us or the class anymore. But I hope that they keep in mind of the idea of you could create something with everybody else's and you can create something on your own too. In which, what I mean by that is when you have an idea, you can just go ahead and do it with any materials that you can reach out. Like we are using basically garbages, like newspapers and milk boxes, things that we can collect it from our daily life. But it's about having an idea and do it directly, because a lot of people are afraid of, oh, maybe I can't draw or maybe I can't make a sculpture. But I think that's not important. It's about when you have something in mind, you can just go ahead and do it. So I think that's the biggest message I want to send out to the kids. And maybe one more is that when you look at things in your normal life, that you might think that, oh, like we were doing the chairs and everybody thought that, oh, chairs, there's only one shape of chairs, but that's not true. You can create your own chairs. You can imagine there's no right and wrong in art. So that's the messages that I want to send. Because when I was younger, there were teachers that said, whatever you do, if it's not, there's a correctness in arts. Like if you draw, let's say, if I wanted to draw a girl and then I draw her skin in purple color or something like that, they said, oh, this is wrong, this is not a girl. But maybe I think it's what the kids felt when they do something like that. So don't stop them or don't ask them to feel the same way as an adult should. I think kids should have their own freedom in imagining stuff.